Hello, hello, hello.
Have a nice evening.
Okay, nothing. What the frick? No, Grizz, what the heck? Now she's all over me so I can pay for it. I'm gonna look at facial hairs and stuff.
How's it going, tough guy? Are you in the mood for some fun?
No thanks.
Guess you don't want to. You look like something out of my dreams.
Lady knows what you want.
Hey there, cowboy. Feel like having a good time right now? have always said there's nothing wrong with a quiet man.
Hmm.
Well,
Hey there, mister. Want to get to know me better? All right. So you're not into pretty ladies? You must make a lot of ladies very happy.
what a charming little thing you are.
Last Valentine for you.
I bet no woman's ever complained about you in bed.
You bad little thing.
So, yeah.
I tell you, it's a curse.
Daggone it, would you face the right way, man? Face the right way.
Everyone in here smells like sheep.
Bruh. You like a purplish color? Bro, if you don't...
Livestock in New Hanover come through here.
Bro. Face the right way.
You have to warn a fella twice. You ain't warning him right.
This place.
That doctor's got something going on. I
Hmm.
know it.
My. Am I lucky I ran into you? I'm okay with quiet fellers. Just letting you know.
I don't know. Do I like the mustache? I don't know.
I gave him one hell of a walk.
We'll go with it for right now. This is my horse. Tag on you. Jesus. Where the frick did you come from? Oh. Daggone. There, easy, 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 horse, easy. Sheesh. Bro, okay. Calm down. Calm yourself. Eastern Henniganstead. Okay. Eastern Henniganstead. It's going to be towards McFarland's. It's going to be towards this side. Let's just go here. No, it's going to be like here. Get out of the way. Shoot, I forgot to check the paperwork. Let's see where the meetup spot was. The rally point, I mean. That going. I was even thinking to myself, too, not to forget. Get out of here. found him.
Them. Haha. What did you say your name was? No, it's okay, it's okay. We're gonna get you to a doctor and you're gonna be right as rain, alright? That's Ranger Ellis behind me. He's good people as well, so we'll see you right. We'll get you to Blackwater safely. Sir? Sir?
Looks like he's out of it. What was the injuries?
He's got wounds on his back and on his arm. I'm just gonna ensure that he is breathing.
Good.
Alright, okay, airways are clear. Just making sure he's still breathing. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be picking it up now.
Heard. You're speaking, I can't hardly hear you. Were you saying something?
He's not waking up yet. I was slowing down for horses, so I heard you slow down. We'll get this guy to the medical office. Hopefully there's a doctor there. When we get into town, are you alright to send the tip and I'll go straight to the doctor's office?
Yeah, I'll swing around the doctor's office with you so I don't send a tip if there's one there. But if I don't see one, I'll go straight to the telegram.
Alright, perfect. Thank you. Ellis, appreciate you. We gotta have a chat as well after we get this guy safe, okay?
Alright.
It's, don't worry, it's nothing to do with you or me. Just, I'm trying to catch Rangers before they find out in the paperwork about something, but we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
This guy's the priority first of all. We came back to the left here. Is there a doctor here? Ah, no!
You hand it him, I'll go to the telegram. You said wounds to it. Where was the wounds? Oh, crap. Alright, severe bite wound. Scratch marks across back. get a look at whether the bandaging would make sure you're not bleeding through this bandaging before I go send a telegram. Not sure if he can hear me. Alright. Hopefully that will hold long enough for me to go check the telegrams. Go send a telegram. I'll be right back. I don't like there's any doctors on. Medic. Crap, what do you say? Where was their wounds at? Wounds are... I can't go up. Tack on it. Alright. Oh, oh, prick. Okay. Oh. Alright, fine. Get on you then. There's not seeing any. Oh. Do I have gloves on this outfit? No. Does not appear so. Alright. I'm gonna get you a little bit more comfortable, fella. Let's see. can properly lay down and rest, and we're waiting on a doctor. Come on, man. No doctors are on, bro. Come on now. Alright. It's not seeming like any doctors around. I'm gonna have the local doctor take care of you. Again, don't know if he can hear me or not, but Doc, I need you to assess his injuries and look at his bandages and stuff and make sure you get him up and going. I've done about all I can. Phil, I don't know if you can hear me, but if you give it about... Okay. Doc, in about 5 or so minutes, if you can get him back up on his feet and going. you Doc? It's not Doctor. Also, Doc, I forgot to mention if you could send a telegram to medics with what all you did to help with his injuries. 5 or so minutes, Doc. Well, there's no doctors around. Alright, let's go back up to Strawberry. I hate having to do that. I just there's no doctors online right now. On duty at least. Okay. No, I'm not even going to check tips right now. Let me do the paperwork, do one thing at a time. Oh god, it's the 1st of March. Sheesh. next to tracks. Injured person. The fella had multiple scratch marks. Two layers of bandaging were required to stop bleeding. The fella was left in the hands of the local doctor. Okay. Save. Check and file. General news. One of our owners recently attacked. Be cautious when riding alone. Deuce. Okay. There's no supply crate within the lodge that holds supplies for ranger shots. There is not to be a single item moved unless told to do so. Okay. That's all, yeah. Allegra. Okay. Let's see. I got an Allegra that's on duty. Johanna Allegra. IQ 100. Okay. IQ 100. Alrighty. IQ 100. SCRC Ranger Wade. SU 750. Ride along. I am at the Ranger Lodge in Strawberry if you wish to ride along. Wait. We'll wait a little bit, see if they show up. I need to check the tip line. So this tip has been resolved. Solo patrol. That was 340. Currently free. I'm going towards Scarlet Meadows and hitting beyond as well. That was about an hour or so ago. Howdy. You, Allegra?
Yep.
How'd your, patrol go?
Pretty well. I met some people, but didn't find any animals.
Okay. Well, you want to do, I have a patrol that I'm trying to do. It's quite a lengthy one, though, if you want to join me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Start on McFarland's. Create new report. Case no. Yes. Case file. Create. Patrol. Choose. Report name. No. BTRL. Dangerous. Animal. Daggone. Testing out a patrol route to all dangerous animals in civilian heavy areas. Date and time. What's your first name, Allegra?
Johanna.
Ah, there we go, I see.
Yep.
So, basically, I'm working on this project, making up a patrol route that hits multiple areas across the crossing that have dangerous animals, areas that civilians tend to frequent.
So, a bit of everything.
Basically.
Interesting. How long have you been working on this?
A few weeks, but I haven't been around for that. I haven't been around that often lately. I've never gotten a chance to test it yet, and I want to see how long it takes to get through. Knowing my luck, though, when I try to do patrols, is I'm going to get a tip in as soon as I go somewhere.
Mm-hmm. I've heard that Queen and Clementine are coming back here soon. Are they coming as well?
Quincy and Clementine?
Yes.
Did they send a telegram saying that?
He sent me a telegram, yes,
Okay.
that he was going to come back here.
Alright. We can wait on him then. What was I going to say? Clementine and I left. We had just responded to a injured person tip, and she got a headache in Blackwater, and she never woke back up, so I came back here.
I see.
Tell you what, we're actually just going to go up to the first checkpoint.
Alright.
See what happens. Because this route takes you all the way from all the way from Henniganstead to back south of Boulder Glade.
So going back to the desert.
Not too far into just McFarland's.
Alright.
When did Quincy send you a telegram?
Maybe 5-10 minutes ago.
Okay, you wait on him. He'd be useful. He probably knows better routes than what I have put down.
Did you do that route as already a couple of times, or is this the first time?
This is the first time I've went through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't went too far with is that him? He's the white hat on. No, it's a deputy. Nope, that's Quincy. I lied.
Yep.
Wearing all sorts of colors.
I don't like it. Howdy.
Howdy.
Oh, Clem's back too.
What are y'all mumbling
Hi
about?
there.
Clem, I finished the paperwork. You don't have to worry
Oh,
about it.
you did? I was gonna say I'm so sorry for leaving you there, but thank you for
That's-
taking that over for me.
That's fine. I had to tell the local doctor to see to that fellow. There was no medics on duty.
Yeah. I think I just saw medics going to Blackwater, but oh, well,
Well, that ain't my fault. I sent the telegram saying that I sent them over to a local. I did not tell them again. They can't get mad at me.
I'm gonna check my telegram.
Liker and I were going to go on. We were going to test a route that I'm trying to put together to go to all these.
I'm just
civilian
gonna
frequented
say where I
areas.
found them really quickly.
Yeah, you can
Sorry.
correct that. I didn't
Thank you
really
for
know.
adding more sections to the thing. By the way, I was gonna do it, but I get really nervous about doing it.
I didn't do it, so somebody
Oh,
else did.
thanks. Quincy must have done then.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know exactly where it was. I just knew roundabouts because I came across you all right after you picked them up. What's up, Kick? And you probably have better knowledge on his injuries, too.
Yeah, it's Scritch.
He was already bandaged, so I couldn't really see the injuries very well. All I basically
It was on
did
his arm and back. The fellow was left in the hands of the local doctor. Ranger Clem found him just left of the path as you hit Hannigan's dead.
Yeah. I didn't go into great detail. I just filled it out so nobody would get upset about it. All I basically did after you got a headache was I added another layer of gauze and bandage because he was bleeding through the other ones.
Oh, okay, fair. I didn't put one on him. It didn't seem too bad at first. So, a bit left of the path as you hit East Hannick instead, attacked by Wolfpack. Oh, hang on. No, that makes it sound like I got attacked by Wolfpack. To the left of the... Am I spelling road wrong?
ROAD.
Yeah, but then there's also the I rode past him, RODE, so I rode
Yeah.
past to a rock to get the attention from the wolves, killed one, and scared off the other two. Alright, that's it. I don't think anything else is needed. Wait, did you add yourself to that paperwork?
No, I actually forgot about that. I did
No, I'll
resolve
add you to it. I'll do it now.
Yeah, I did resolve the tip, though.
I thought your last name was Ellis and your first name was Wade.
No, I just like to go by Wade. People get confused with Ellis.
That's really thrown off my compass.
Huh?
Sorry. Yeah, I
Ellis's
like.
first name is Ellis and his surname is Wade, and I thought it was the other way round. So
Wade
now I'm
Ellis?
questioning everything that I know.
Oh,
I like. People think that
Ellis
because I
Wade?
prefer to. Yeah, it's Ellis Wade. I prefer to go by Wade. That's why people probably think that. Ellis gets confusing. I remember one of my first days in the crossing, I told someone my name and they thought it was Alice. I was very confused. Is that Cat?
Oh. Hello, cat.
How are you? I missed you.
It's been a long time.
How are you getting along?
Yeah, doing long patrol, or at least starting to.
Perfect. Well, I might get my poncho just to sort out a few telegrams, and then I'm gonna hop on duty as well.
You might actually be able to help Cat. I was going to take her. We were going to test out a patrol that I've devised. Basically, it's to hit a bunch of areas that have dangerous animals that civilians tend to frequent. So it would go from like McFarland's to Aurora to Kerrigan's to Owengila, that kind of stuff.
Perfect. Sounds
But
good.
It goes from I was only going to take her up to the first checkpoint that I have down because the route that I have goes all the way to Bulger Glade. So it's quite a long.
That sounds good.
It's quite a long
Yeah. All right, I'll just check my telegrams, make sure everything's in order, and then I will clock on. So I'll be right back.
hey, been waiting. I ain't seen you in a minute.
Yeah. I took a little bit of a break.
Fair enough.
I was on duty almost every day through my gray and first part of when I first got my green. That cat almost ran into the office.
He tried. He saw his opportunity. He tried taking it.
Yeah, so I got kind of burnt out.
Yeah, fair enough.
I have to pay for arrows?
They're
Really?
arrows.
Bullshit.
They're arrows.
You really have to wait? What? I thought those were free.
I have to pay $5 for full quiver. Okay, whatever.
That's strange.
They're of utmost quality.
You can make them?
Make arrows? Yes.
How?
You're fucking pulling my leg right now, Clem.
No.
Are you? You're not pulling my leg.
Fuck me. How do you make arrows?
Flint, sticks, feathers.
I hate it here. I hate that I never knew that.
How do you not know that?
Because
why are they
I'm a
not free?
gunslinger, Quincy.
Okay, but you've been around so long.
Look, I'm a gunslinger.
Oh, don't let Bear see that. He'll chew your head off.
Sorry, who's Bear?
Game Warden Bear.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying 'cause he's never been around.
Oh, you. I'd see him all the time. At least once a week. That gun better be unloaded.
Do you want it to be unloaded?
If I get shot while you're spinning
So,
that gun around,
I
I will
feel
be
like-
very upset.
We might want to tell somebody about that because I feel like those are supposed to be free, seeing as everything else in our store is free. It's kind of weird that arrows aren't.
Arrow tax.
There's a ranger trial that I want to do, but I need to get better at a bow and arrow with it before.
You want to know the conversation Quincy and I had before our trial?
What?
They told us that we could only have a bow, so we go out there and we start, and Quincy's like, Ellis, do you know how to use a bow? And I'm like, nope. I'm like, do you? He's like, nope. It's like, all right, we're set. All right.
Well, that's
Go.
I read through the trials. That's why I'm gonna go practice. I'm gonna go check my telegrams.
You can
Also,
raid through the trials? That's a thing?
Yeah, you can now
Yeah,
with the poncho.
the-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, now with the...
I know
okay.
where to find. So with the western one, I know where to find the rhubarb. I know where to find the one of them. I don't know where to find the fever. I think I know where to find the feverfew.
I
Quincy
can show
showed
you the
me it.
feverfew. Yep.
But the other things are going to be hard for me is catching the fish with the bow and arrow, because you only get 25 arrows.
Well, no,
and the
it's got to be
pig.
perfect. If you catch it with a bow and arrow, it ain't perfect. You have to catch
So
it with a
can
Yeah,
I
rod.
you
buy
have
a
to
fishing
fish it.
rod?
Yeah. See, that is a tip I'll get you. I'll give you. Unless it specifically says you can't do something, you could probably do it.
Yeah, you can buy everything.
They
You
take
just
all
gotta
the
hunt
money
it out.
from you. Fishing rods are so
That's why
expensive.
You
what
gotta
the
go
bow's
hunting.
for. You go hunting.
Yeah.
Oh,
You make more money
They
if you cook
took
the
the
meat.
money
than
away?
Yeah, they take everything away from you. For
I'm
the
gonna
trials.
go
Yeah.
check my telegrams.
The point is to challenge you. Is anyone going to break it through that they're going to throw her in an area she doesn't know? At least that's what they did with us. Allegra, how long have you been a recruit?
A while.
Yeah, but I've been out of state in the last month, I'd say.
Right. These daggone wild horses, man. I'm getting sick of them.
Mm-hmm. So you've done the ranger trials already?
Yeah. Quincy and I did it in our gray.
Yeah.
Quincy, what do you think of the mustache? I mean, it exposes more of these hideous scars on my face, but...
I think you're copying my style, is what I think.
Well, good thing for you, your mustache is like... It blends in with your skin. I actually had to look. I had to look to make sure you actually still had a mustache.
What the hell are you talking
Oh,
about? I don't
wait.
blend in with my skin.
It really
I
does.
didn't notice!
See?
No, it's because it's shrouded in shadow from my hat.
No.
See?
No.
There's
I-
no way. There's no way you
Oh.
look at that and be like, oh, does he have a mustache or not? You think that's my lip? That's crazy.
Honestly, from here, you can't tell.
No, that's bullshit.
So this...
I can see the mustache.
All right, at least someone's on my side.
Hang on, okay, come on now. So the patrol
I'm
that
gonna
I
dye
was
my
going to take
mustache.
Allegra on, you start at... It'll be from McFarland's to Aurora to Kerrigan's to Owangila, and then from Owangila, like through Pronghorn and up and around Hanging Dog, Call the Wolves there, and then stopping at Wallace.
All right.
Wallace would be the checkpoint. Theoretically, if you did the whole route, you would use those checkpoints to update findings, and so people... It was a suggestion by Buzz. So people, instead of having this big route and they have to guess, like if you get hurt where you are, they can look at the last checkpoint you reached, and it just
Yeah.
kind of narrows down the area. Gosh.
No, that's a good idea. Staying in touch and seeing where you are, especially if you're going to, every location is, highly dangerous, then it's good to keep in contact and let them know you've passed certain areas and things. So,
Yeah, here I can give you a copy of the map so you can see.
oh,
It's
perfect.
kinda,
Yes,
it's kinda
please.
rough.
Howdy.
Flyspeck and Dee Dee are trash.
Rude.
What happened?
Rude.
They shot Teddy up yesterday and then they done gone fucking telegram me saying Teddy deserved it.
I'm sorry that happened, Clem.
Dee Dee really is an asshole.
Just,
It's Flyspeck. She never used to be like this before Flyspeck.
oh, thank you.
Like I said, it's kind of rough looking. But
How's it going now, Quinn? I haven't really had a chance to talk to anyone.
Oh, this is good. This is really good, actually. Well done.
thank you.
You're welcome. Sorry, what were you saying? You hadn't gotten a chance to speak to people?
To Clem about Teddy, I haven't heard
Oh,
anything
yeah.
about Teddy and how he was doing.
No. Last I heard, he's doing okay. Not the best, but he's sleeping in the Blackwater medical tent's been open. He's not woken up yet, so. Well, I'm gonna go do a patrol with this bow, see if I can get better with it.
You want some backup?
Yeah, Quincy, come on, dream
All right.
team.
All right. All right. Out.
It's a dream team with any of the Rangers, but
Catch you later, Ruben.
if you
Yeah,
three
I'll be
want
around
to
for a
be a
while.
team,
Okay.
and then we'll be a team for the day,
Mhm.
or at least for now.
Mhm.
I don't
Sounds
think
perfect.
Rangers should be going alone. Actually, Kat, can I have a private word with you?
Of course.
Actually, Ellis, you might need to come for this too, because I've told all the other Rangers. So I'll just tell you privately.
Mhm.
So it's actually really, really important. I'm gonna come over here. Oh, I don't want to freak anyone out, but Tibbet was attacked yesterday,
Oh my god.
and I wanted to tell you before you found out the wrong way or through the paperwork. Let's go back here a little bit more so it's more comfortable. I don't know why Tibbet was attacked. I don't know. I don't think it's a ranger thing. The deputies would have surely told us if it was a ranger thing. But Frankie's also worried about it. She was shot and stabbed. We found her on a search and rescue in South
Jesus.
Scarlet Meadows. You can see that I responded to the tip and everything. I was by myself for the whole day yesterday. For the most part, I had Benny backing me up, former deputy Benny, for a while. I didn't add him to the paperwork though, because I wasn't sure, but now I know. But yeah, so Tibbet's resting in Rhodes. I got a doctor to her. I raced Elsie to her. The deputies told me they were in Valentine, and I was like, well, they don't need to be in Valentine. Doctors need to be in Rhodes. So I raced to Rhodes. I did. Literally in my mind, I was like, what would Tibbet do? Tibbet would go to Rhodes and get a doctor. Valentine and get a doctor. So that's what I did. And then as soon as I bought the doctor to Rhodes, the bank got robbed. So I
Oh
had to
my
leave
god.
Tibbet, but I came back and Tibbet was fine. Well, not fine,
Good.
fine, but they're resting for now. But just that's why I'm saying we should definitely try to avoid going alone. I don't know why Tibbet got attacked, so. I mean, do what you want. Honestly, if you want to go alone, I don't personally have a problem with it, but just to
No, I
be
think
smart
it's
about where you go.
yeah, it's probably best for now if we just stick together. But
I mean, I'm not
thank
trying
you.
to tell people what to do. It's not what I
Of
want.
course. Thank you for helping her though. You know, sounds like you definitely saved her life.
Well, all right.
Just wouldn't want to find out through paperwork. Tibbet's a good friend of mine, so.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to find out about any of the Rangers getting hurt paperwork.
I did.
No,
I did see
neither.
the paperwork title. That I didn't look too far into it. I saw the paperwork.
It was for yesterday.
I saw the paperwork mention someone was attacked. I didn't look too far into it. So I knew you wanted to
Yeah,
explain
so at
something,
first I didn't put her name in it because I know it's an ongoing investigation with the deputies, and I wasn't sure if I was allowed to put her name. So before I actually put their name in it, I checked it with Buzz, and Buzz said it was okay. So I didn't, just because it was an investigation, I wasn't 100% sure, and I wanted to. I didn't know if we were supposed to be quiet about it or not, but I guess not. And people were gonna find out anyway. I just wanted people to find out in the calm sense and not in the horrible. Like I didn't even know Tibbet got stabbed the day before.
Oh God.
So I didn't even know that until Elsie was riding with me from Valentine to Rhodes, because I raced up to Valentine and I came in all covered in blood and I was like, Elsie, please, I need you. Tibbet's hurt in Valentine. Can you come with me? And Elsie was like, yes, give me a ride. I'm with you. And then on the way there, she said, Tibbet got stabbed yesterday. Is it those wounds? And I said, no, she's been shot and stabbed. I didn't know she got stabbed yesterday, so that's why, I get
That
people want to
sounds
keep things
personal.
like that to themselves, but
Yeah, God.
That sounds
I
like a
can't.
very personal attack.
I can't imagine anybody wanting to hurt Tibbet. It's horrible. I'm gonna send her a telegram,
well,
make sure that she's alright, and hopefully she can just rest up.
don't go
And
around saying that I'm talking about it loads. I'm only
no,
literally telling Rangers because, we're supposed to have each other's backs. I'm not trying to gossip about her or anything. I am just trying to.
of course, don't worry.
Solidarity, I suppose.
Well,
But I also
you
didn't want
look.
to freak out the recruit. She seems really sweet, so I just thought,
Yeah.
okay, I'll tell you guys privately. But
No,
if
that's
you do have to
perfect.
go alone, that's fine. I would just recommend being smart about where you go. Keep
Mhm.
an eye out for big riders. I did a search and rescue with deputies not too long ago, and 2 of them got kidnapped because we got a little bit too split up. So,
Alright.
and I was the only one that noticed the group of riders coming in. So, just be vigilant about who you see.
Yep.
All right, I think that's all from Clementine. My day was terrible yesterday. There was like 5 tips that came in all at once. I was by myself. I went to St. Diddy. I didn't even know it got resolved, but as soon as I got there, I think it got resolved. But I was there for ages looking, and then I had an argument with Rennie in the middle of the street, and Benny was there, so Benny came with me with all my tips yesterday until South Scarlet Meadows, which was Tibbet, and then
Yeah, I hope today is a bit easier for you.
yeah, way to throw me in the deep end as my first day.
You wanted the green.
No, it's
Well,
okay. I'm glad I got to help the people we got to help.
Exactly. I mean, the thing is, you being able to check the tip line meant that you were able to be there for Tibbet. And seems like you did the right thing, so, it shows that you can rise to the challenge and you just keep working hard for those privileges.
I'm gonna go practice with this bow and arrow. We'll do a patrol. I guess we'll go to Reno or Roanoke or something. I don't know.
Yep. Stay safe, okay? Look out for Quincy,
Okay.
and Quincy will look out for you.
Gotcha. All right. Be safe
Alright.
out there.
You want
Thank
to
you.
send a telegram first, Cat?
Yes, I'm just going to let Tibbet know we can get everybody ready on their horses.
Okay. Where'd Laker go?
You want to join us on a patrol?
You know what? Sure, I got nothing else to do today.
Where'd Laker go?
She is behind me somewhere up the hill.
Oh, I
So
see her.
how do I make a new patrol thing? Is that what I do? A case patrol?
Case file.
Yep. Case file patrol, and then you just basically land out the landmarks. And when we start,
Where do you guys want to go?
well, you said you wanted to practice your bowmanship, so where do you want to do that at?
Probably not a good idea to go anywhere where there's bears.
Cumberland Forest.
All right.
Do 515. So.
In the Ranger tile, can I get an improved bow, or is it just a bow?
I just had a regular bow.
I think
That's
I had an
bullshit.
approved. I don't think it really matters.
It honestly don't matter.
I would prefer an improved bow to a
think it
basic
was-
ass bitch bow.
I'm pretty sure. I'm like 90% sure I had an approved.
I just used my regular bow and it were fine. I were able to kill everything in one shot to the head.
I mean, a bow's a bow, right?
I honestly don't know what the practical difference is
Like,
between
we're
the
gonna
improved
go
bow
in
and a
here
basic
second,
bow.
Cat's just sending a telegram.
Are you required to learn the bow before joining the Rangers?
No, it's just
No,
we
it's
have
just,
we have challenges, trials, and whatnot that test your skill and knowledge. And one of
About to
them
say.
is hunting animals with a bow.
Yeah, about to say, because if that was a requirement, I would never be a ranger.
It ain't hard. I mean, honestly, like you can get really close to the animals. You only need like 10 minutes of practice to figure out how to shoot a bow straight on from 5 feet away.
You can go ahead and mount up if you want to, like, or waiting on Cat.
Okay.
Is the paperwork written up, or do you need me to write it up?
I got it already.
Ah, perfect. Is my name on it as well?
Oh, you know what? No, it's not. Hold on. Let me put it on there.
All right.
All right.
Might be cute, but try to kill me.
Let me get my rifle.
Oh no.
Alrighty. 1, 2.
1, 2.
Going right.
Right first.
We're going to be hitting McFarland's first and then working our way up to Wallace.
Mhm.
Alright.
Cutting across.
Cutting over.
Cutting across.
Going right.
Right bird.
Okay, would it be faster to cut up behind Kerrigan's and go straight through the plains, or?
Oh, it's your choice.
Nah, I mean, I'm genuinely asking. I don't know what's the faster route.
Oh, heading to McFarland's. Yeah, we could cut across the back.
Okay, that's what I typically do. I just didn't. This is all about trial and error. See what's the fastest way to get through.
Weapons out in case of cougar.
Yeah. Cutting through. I'm gonna be cutting through the plains.
Yep, cutting over.
Cutting through.
There's a cliff here.
Clifford.
Cat, how is the herbs coming?
How is the witch coming?
The herbs. Are you still studying all the herbs and stuff around?
Yep. So, I've been prioritizing the snow patrols this week,
Yeah.
but I will be doing more of the herbs at the end of the week and next week as well.
Yeah.
But I have been doing my sort of personal
Cutting through, watching for
study
rocks,
on them,
branches and such.
cutting through, watching for rocks.
Enter.
So I
Ryder.
figured out a few more recipes. Ryder heard.
Okay.
So we'll kind of see, how, what comes out of that. But it'll be interesting either way, to be honest. But
Cutting through again.
yeah, cutting through again.
Enter.
But yeah,
you
I
still
think
need help?
after.
Gathering those herbs.
Oh yeah, so I will be getting some. I'm hoping to do a day of collecting herbs again, and that we could get some herbs for the medics and a few others right behind.
Oh, whoa. Got a group of
oh.
horses.
Yeah, I know a lot of.
Yep, let's just. Looks like law, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, we got one coming up to us. Howdy. Frickin' TeamSpeak. TeamSpeak crashed. Going it.
Connected. Channel switched. User joined your channel.
I go backwards.
There, folks.
You just have to work it back side to side. Yeah, you got it.
Fine. Howdy, how are you?
I'm good. You have a good day, okay?
Thank you.
Stay safe, everybody.
Thank you.
My ears started popping. What did they say? What were they doing?
They're doing a checkpoint.
Ah, okay. So when we get up to McFarland's, we're going to go around the back of the garden behind the first house. That's where the cougar typically likes to be, and I want to keep it back there.
Mm-hmm.
If it is back there.
Yep.
Ryder.
Ryder?
Ryder.
All right, we're going to start going right here.
Going
There's a few rocks up behind this fence line. I'm probably going to ride around the fence and see if I can pull it out if it's around. I'm not seeing it though. Anybody got eyes on it? I don't see it.
No, I don't see it either.
All right then.
Would I be able to make a suggestion for this?
Sure. Go for
Alright,
it.
so what I would say a safer route might be, if we actually go this way.
Okay.
So what I typically would do for the cougar, now it does take you out a little bit more, but I will actually skirt around pretty much the entire place here.
Yeah.
And I'll kind of cut over here to the right.
Okay.
And I'll come down by this house here. You can actually jump up on it. I'm gonna slow up here.
Slow it up.
So you can actually jump up on the roof of all of these buildings. So
Yeah.
I will usually come around here. If it's around, I'll start hearing it usually, and I'll jump up on top of this building. Or if you're able to and you have the time and everything, you can actually get up on top of that shed there as well.
Okay.
In the garden.
Yeah.
And that's a good vantage point. But I will typically use this building here, and I'll be able to get a good eye on it usually from here.
Okay.
Just
I'll keep
so
that.
you're not.
That sounds like a better. I usually just go around a rock.
It's just in case if if you're coming around to the right and it happens to be right on you or on the garden gate, then it might sort of ambush you a little bit.
Yeah. And the it's probably a safer route anyhow, because the cougar could also just not be in the garden. It could have been dragged out already. All right, so we're going to go to Aurora next. So we're going to be going back this way. Aurora, I've been told there's wolves around there, but I've yet to come across any. But I'll check
so
anyways. People
there's,
like to fish over there, buy fishing supplies. I try to hit. The goal is to hit homesteads and places that people are going to be sitting at for quite a while. So
There's a lot
places
of
with
riders behind us, by the way. It's probably a law again, but just in case.
Yeah. Let's pick it up. Let's get out of here.
So there are wolves around Aurora Basin. It's they're mainly at that road that is pretty much before you get to Aurora. and it's just on the side of the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll usually be around there.
Are they ever on the hillside past the cabin?
They can be because if somebody draws them up that way, because I've seen them up there before, and it was probably somebody did draw them up there.
Right.
But yeah, they typically can be all around, but I think they mostly like to stay down by that road.
Yeah. And like I said, this is all trial and error. This is the first time I've ever run this, so if you know of a faster way to get somewhere, just let me know. I'm just traveling. I have my compass set to it. I'm just, you know.
No, I think you're doing wonderful. It's a really, really good idea, I think.
I figure it's just something somebody can do once a day. You don't have to do the whole thing either. That's why there's like 3 checkpoints.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Originally,
So this
it
is
was.
just
Oh, I missed
part
that
of the
turn.
route.
Yeah, we can go up here though. This is part of, yes. From here, from McFarland's all the way to Wallace is the first section of the path. Yeah, I definitely missed that turn back there. We should be able to go this way though, I think. It's just a very long way.
Yep, we can.
I always forget about that sharp turn back there.
Oh, that's alright.
We'll cut left past this big rock.
Cutting left past the rock.
Left, heard.
There we go. Originally, the idea was to go to these places and put predator bait down to make it a little bit safer and draw them to you, but they don't work. I've tried that. The bait don't work like that, so.
Yeah, I think the predator baits, from what I've
Snake.
noticed, snake, they will they
Probably should go
don't
back and get-
necessarily draw out animals in the area,
Yeah.
but they might draw out extra animals.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way. I went to Kerrigan's Ranch trying to draw out the. I went to Kerrigan's Ranch trying to draw out the cougar, and ended up just getting a really angry coyote.
Yep.
Oh,
Going right here. I need to remember to take a look at these snakes when we come across them, which means I'll probably have to call them. I'm kind of looking into what Ray was doing because he hasn't been around.
Oh,
Ray.
yes.
Not really
Well, I
taking
can
over,
send
but
you-
just like keeping an eye
Just
out on what.
assisting for the moment,
Yeah,
yeah.
keeping an eye out what snakes are where.
Yep, I can send you a list of the ones because I've been actually passively kind of taking an eye at what snakes are around every patrol that I go on. So I've been taking note of its color, any markings on its back,
Right.
if it's got a rattle or anything like that.
and you're able
Going
to
right.
do that on a whim?
Well,
Right.
it's just, it's just pretty much, you know, I'll sort of stop whatever I'm doing if I do hear one. As long as I'm on a patrol, you know, I wouldn't do it on a search and rescue.
Do you usually
But,
call them so you can see it better, or do you just try to observe it?
Well, I'll try to watch with binoculars first, but if I think, you know, it's in a dangerous area, I will call it,
Yeah.
and then I'll go and, you know, take a good look.
So where'd you say the wolves are?
Pretty much this entire road, and they are also further into the density of the forest, but that road that we were just on.
Okay.
But again, just like the bear can come down this way, the wolves can also come down this way, especially
Yeah.
if they're chasing something.
We'll go all the way back here, see if there's any wolves up on this hill.
Yep. I think I'm gonna have to to come in here and do a proper mapping of all of the raspberry bushes sometime.
Oh, there's raspberry bushes over here too.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep,
know
there's
of the
actually
ones outside
one.
the roads.
Yep, there's one back there by a rock. There's also one in the cougar den, one across the road from the cougar den, and pretty much all through the forest. I think that might be yeah, that's another one right here.
So what kind of raspberry blueberries?
Raspberry bushes. Sorry. Blackberry bushes. Don't know why I said raspberry.
I've seen
Blackberry
wolves.
bushes.
I am gonna get a drink of water though.
Yep.
If anyone needs to fill up any canteens, got water right here.
Yeah, no, I meant to say blackberry bushes. It's outside roads is where the raspberry ones will be. And all of the blackberry bushes are around here that can be used for herbivore bait.
All right. Guess from here we'll go to Kerrigan's.
Heard?
Do you reckon we should stop at Manzanita first to check the tip line?
Yeah, I think we could just
Yeah.
to take a look in.
Just to make sure
pretty
I
close.
don't want to be gone forever and then just not check the tip line.
Yep, that's fine.
Just watch for rocks and things that are really hard to see.
Heard.
Yeah.
Oh, like that cabin that I didn't even realize was right there. It's so freaking dark out here with all these trees. I hear wolves in the distance, just don't see them.
Yeah, they do tend to kind of sing like that. Unless you hear them howling close, it's not really
Going right.
anything to be worried about.
Yeah.
Yeah, this stretch of road here is pretty much where there can be wolves. They go all the way down to the water sometimes. There's also a second pack of them that look to live pretty much on the bend past the cougar as you're heading out of tall trees. And yeah, so they're pretty much out that direction. If we see a bear, Allegra will just go to a rock and just make sure you're on a rock, first thing.
At
And
least
when we
it's
get
full of
to
rocks.
Manzanita, yeah, it is. When we get to Manzanita, I might get you to do a quick wellness check. Even though it's it's a ranger lodge, but I'll just get you to do a quick wellness check.
Yeah, that's fair.
I still remember my first few weeks or so of being in my gray. We had that Oglethorpe fella doing the about like spirit animals or something, and some fella wearing antlers or something trying to get powers from a bear.
I don't think I've ever met him or heard of that.
Well, he's okay. I'll tell you a story when we get there. Hold on. I think I heard a bear, actually. Let's check that speakeasy. Thought I heard a bear. I might be losing my mind, though. No, I'm definitely just losing my mind.
Well, don't worry. You were pretty close to Bear Town as well, so there might have been one in there.
Thought I heard a bear, I guess, groaning out you're talking or whatever. Whatever bear talk sounds like, you know what I mean. So, first couple weeks I was in my gray. This fella named Oglethorpe, and I can't remember the lady he was with, but they were wanting an escort to look to investigate suspicious animal activities. And we got on this whole thing of finding weird animal sightings, like a Polino. Is it Polino? Is that the type of horse? Spotted like a.
Oh, Perlinos.
Well, no, it's not a Perlino. You know, like the
Oh.
spotted kind of horses. What are those called? There's a North. I don't know, but it was like a black and white deer, like a buck that we saw.
Black,
Piebald.
black and white
Piebald.
deer.
Piebald. You know, like the gypsy cob.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, it's like that, but it was a buck. So that was the first thing we saw, and then we came across. I don't know if it's the first time we went out or the second time, but we came across a bear in Beartown. And so we culled it, and then come to find out that it had just attacked somebody.
Oh,
wow.
A fellow with the piebald headdress on. Piebald buck headdress. So we take him to Blackwater and get him treated. This fella gets furious that we killed the bear. And come to find out, he was trying to harness the bear's power for protection from the forest.
Yeah, that's one way to get killed.
Which is ironic enough because he ended up. We watched him do this whole. What's crazy is we watched him do this whole ritual thing. We sat in the bushes and watched him from afar in Beartown do this whole ritual thing, and a bear actually did show up, but then it ran off.
See, the thing is, doing rituals and things like that is completely fine. It's just, if he's trying to harness the power of the bear, he should do that on a high distance where he's safe and the bear's not going to get him. But if he is down there with the bear, that's one way to get killed.
See, we weren't really there to do like the investigations. It's just the Oglethorpe fella and the other lady asked for escorts. That's the only reason we were there. So.
Oh, so it happened at the same time?
Yeah. Whenever we were doing it, whenever we were escorting them, they were doing their little investigation stuff. We came across the same fella trying to summon a bear. And a bear actually did show up. But then I found out a few weeks later that he had gotten killed by a bear. So.
That's life. Sometimes you cannot harness the nature. It's wild for a reason.
Yeah. You can only tempt fate so many times. I was not surprised at all when I found out that he had gotten killed by a bear. But that was my first few weeks in my gray, so that was very interesting.
That's for sure.
Well,
Yeah.
I was wondering, Allegra, would you be interested in doing a wellness check on the Ranger Lodge? Or, well, the Manzanita Post.
Yep. Same crossing Ranger Corps. Doing a wellness check. Is anyone inside? Same crossing Ranger Corps. Doing a wellness check. Is there anybody inside? Ranger Recruit Allegra. Coming in. I'm unarmed.
Alright. That's perfect.
I'm gonna check the tip line real quick.
Good job.
What broken? How to do that?
Nothing.
All right.
Do Kerrigans.
It's Kerrigan's. I've started calling it Beecher's Hope now.
I don't know
It's,
what to call it. I've heard both.
Yeah, I think Buzz was saying it's actually called Beecher's Hope, but
Oh, it is.
Yeah, and he doesn't like to call it Kerrigan's because apparently, I didn't know this, but apparently it was only named Kerrigan's after some criminals took it over. So
Oh.
he doesn't believe in, giving criminals that notoriety, so
I believe all
I've
those
started
criminals are
using
buried
Beecher's
up
again.
on the hill.
Yep.
They
I never knew
started
any
the-
of them.
Neither did I. They started the Kerrigan cream thing, which I guess is still
Yep.
going.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason I... Oh,
Ryder?
Ryder. Coming out of the fog.
That's all right.
That's the only reason I call it Kerrigan's, because that's where they produce
Yeah.
the Kerrigan's cream. That's still, I guess, a thing.
Yeah, even I called it that, and I never really knew why. I just, that's what I'd heard it be called.
Yeah. Be extra careful, because this fog is very thick, so we won't be able to
Yep.
see a cougar until it's real close to us.
So if we see it, we'll call out the direction that it's in. And again, there are some rocks in the area. There's one right in front of the gate, right ahead.
Rather
Is that a horse? What is that? Oh, it's an elk all the way out here. What the world?
and it's
Okay,
not been
fox.
scared of us.
Fog's lifting a bit.
Yep. It is so beautiful when the sky goes like that. Oh, gunshots. Probably a cougar.
I didn't hear him. Now I
Maybe.
did.
Oh,
Oh. Alright. Be on guard. Someone's on the rock, so there is a cougar.
Okay.
Be careful that we don't shoot towards the person. I think
I think they
got
got
it.
him. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's our job done. That's the very reason for the patrol.
Yep. Howdy.
You all right?
You alright?
Howdy.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
just got
Nathan.
the,
How are you?
G'day, just got that cougar there.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Yeah, how you doing?
Pretty alright. Just woke up. I saw your telegram about the fishing, so once I finish work today, I'd love to go fishing if you're still around. If not, we can go another day, but
Yeah. What time do you think that would be?
I'll probably do maybe an hour or two of work and then I'll be off.
Okay, why don't you telegram me and I'll let you know.
Perfect. That sounds good.
Wonderful. Okay, great.
Alright.
Yep,
Don't
that's it.
deal.
Yep, that's it. Nothing else.
Yeah, pretty much the same. We're just doing a patrol.
stay safe.
Go on, fella. What
Right
you doing?
ahead.
Rather.
All right. Oh, Angela.
Alright.
We're getting towards the end. After we pass Pronghorns, I do want to swing by Siren Cave and check for bears and miners.
Sounds good.
If there's anybody in the mines, I might sweep through. Maybe. Going right. Watch out for
Right.
this rider overcoming the rider.
I'm gonna pass over on the left.
Passing over, so.
Want to cut through.
Cutting over.
What do we think of the route so far?
I think it's a really good idea.
Pretty interesting, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I think
I
it's
also
at
think
least,
it's,
at the very least, it's
mhm.
something people can do if there's no tips coming in.
Yep. Agreed. Yeah, I think it is really helpful, and it's also showing great initiative that you wanted to set it up. So that's wonderful.
It's the only thing I could really think of. I couldn't think of. I mean, people are already doing like this, going left. You're doing herbs. Ray's doing snakes and all that kind of stuff. I couldn't think of anything. I couldn't think of any animals I wanted to study. I do tend to lean more towards dangerous animals that I like to study and things like that.
Yeah.
Who was doing moose? Somebody was doing moose studies.
I think Justine, and then I think Kiona might have been doing pronghorn before he left.
So we'll ride.
I know
we'll ride through
Rain was doing
Gila.
bears.
Okay, bears. So we'll ride through Gila. There tends to be wolves along the path, right?
Yep.
Yes.
But there probably won't be because it's daytime.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just ride through anyhow.
Sounds good.
I say that, but I thought I'm losing my mind. I swear.
Wolves would be an interesting one, actually. I don't know if anyone's doing that. Marking all of the wolf areas. It would take a wagon herd. It would take quite a long time.
Wolves would be very going to overtake on the right. Wolves would be very tedious because you have to wait until nighttime most of the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Except for timber wolves.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, for these kind of projects, you have to be, interested in it to a point that, it's something that you come up with your own, because that's when you actually are excited about it.
Yeah.
So I think what you're doing is perfect.
See, and I used the maps in our filing cabinet to plan this out. So there might be more areas that I'm not aware of. Snake. I want to see that snake. What kind of snake is that? Sorry. Where's that snake go?
You're okay.
You want to see this snake? That corner.
Wagon?
Yeah. Alright, let's just move on forward. I've done lost the snake. Let that wagon go before he runs me over. I'm going to go with the left fork here.
Left herd.
Wait, there's a bear along the right side of from this angle, along the right side of the ranch, right? Potential bear.
Yes, there can be.
Yeah, we'll swing through there once we get a little bit closer. Overtake the wagon again.
There can also be a cougar back on that road with the wolves.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that. I've ran into that one. Let's go to the right here and go along this fence line. Watch for trees. Fallen trees and such.
Yep.
Does anybody live here?
There's a few people that live here.
Bears usually in this area, right? In these trees. What we'll do is we'll get to the end of this fence line, and then go back along the fence line back towards the road and then up the Siren Cave.
Heard?
I don't know why I like dangerous animals so much. I don't know if it's the adrenaline rush or the challenge or what. But
No, I think it's a good thing to be able to challenge yourself, you know.
yeah, we'll go up to the path here, and then
Mhm.
Siren Cave should be just around the corner.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and just cut through these tree lines up until we get to the cave. Who knows where this bear is, if it's even around.
Yep. Let's just cut up here slightly for safety.
Yeah.
And get a better look to see if there is a bear down there when you're up, kind of hugging the rocks. So that whole patch of trees is where
Here's
you
Siren Cave. Any eyes on?
Nope.
Nope, doesn't seem like it.
Do we want to check for minors? Or
Sure. We
You
can do a
think we're good?
wellness check on the cage. On the cave, I mean.
the cage? There's a cage in here?
The cage. It is a stone cage.
Kinda is if you really think about it. There's no horses. Oh, well. You can still check.
Yep.
Nope, there is a horse though. Probably should not enter armed.
Alright, Allegra. If you want to do a quick wellness check.
Well, I found the miner.
Syncrossing Ranger Corp. Do you need any kind of help, sir?
Sir, call me a sir?
Excuse me, madam.
Okay. Are you nervous, ma'am? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm pretty fine.
Okay, just making sure. You sound nervous. Don't really quite know. No, I'm doing fine. It's been me up here for a couple hours now.
Is it just you? Have you seen anyone else?
No, at least, I mean, if somebody did come by, they would have had to walk past me at least.
Get another
I mean,
round.
there was a gentleman that came over here and was just checking the place out, but then he just left right after. So that was like a couple hours ago. And there's a guy just coming up now, but besides that, no one.
We're just doing a patrol of the area, so we wanted to stop by, just see, if there's anybody mining and if there's anything we could do for them. If you need any spare food, anything like that.
No, I got my thermos with all my stew in it. I'm actually about to be finished up, I would say, within the next 30 minutes or so. So, no, I honestly think I'm good.
All right.
I appreciate
well,
you coming out.
Of course, it was good to meet you.
Yeah, pleasure to meet y'all.
Howdy.
Safe rest of your journey.
Have a good day.
All right, me. You guys have a good one.
Howdy.
Still watch for the bear. Might have come back around. Even though that fella just rode through.
They can be pretty unpredictable sometimes.
Uh-huh. Alright, we're going to swing around the backside of Hanging Dog, so we'll ride up to it and then swing around the back where the wolves tend to be. I've seen wolves
good.
all around this area, though, when I used to hunt here.
Yep, there are.
That tree line right up ahead, I've seen them there quite a few times. Gonna cross over here.
You know, when I first became a ranger recruit, I did my first wellness check, and I did it with Jackson, and it was the funniest thing. I was like, hi, this is the Ranger Corps. Can I come inside, please? And he was like, no, you're not meant to act like that. And I was just so nervous, and I didn't know what to say. I kept saying the wrong thing. And it was just so funny because I kept saying, this is the Ranger Corps. We're doing a wellness check. Is it okay to come inside, please?
That's so cute.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. He said that was the most adorable wellness check he'd heard.
Especially with that voice.
Yeah, typically there can be wolves around this area, but it's, like I said before, it's daytime, so they ain't gonna be here.
Yep.
But there's also bears all through these woods that could have been pulled out.
Yeah. Yep. All of the bear dens are to the back of this, up the hills.
Yeah. So we'll stay on this path and go back up to Wallace, where that will be the end of the patrol.
Sounds good.
Of course,
Once
watch
we're
for
back
bears
in-
along the way.
Yep. Once we're back at Strawberry, we can take a look at the tip line again and see if anything's come in.
Yeah.
If not, I'd like to maybe do another patrol.
Okay.
And I've got some ideas of things we can do as well.
All right. I'm a very stick to the path kind of rider. I don't take a whole bunch of detours usually.
I think I'm the
Yeah, that's
opposite.
fine.
I'll tend to cut across absolutely everything. I'll sometimes stay on the path, but
Well, I
most
figured.
of the time I just cut
yeah.
across.
I figure, at least for patrols, if anyone's going to get injured, they're going to have been on the path.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, usually.
Search and rescues is different though, because it's however you get there the fastest.
Yeah.
Allegra, were you at the ranger meeting a few months back?
January, yes.
Yeah, okay. I do remember you now, actually.
Is the ranger meeting like once every month or something?
Yeah, there's typically one every couple of months, I think.
A couple of
When the
months.
need,
Okay.
yeah, when the need arises.
All right, well, that is going to conclude the patrol. Here, if you were going past this checkpoint, this is where you would send in a tip to rangers, saying what you found and that you're moving on. But where we're stopping here, we'll just go back to Strawberry.
Yep, sounds good.
You can lead the way if you like. Yeah.
Yep, Allegra, would you like to lead us back to Strawberry?
Yeah, sure. In the left.
Left.
Yeah, this is something you would definitely want to do in parts. That took about
Definitely.
42 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
We also weren't breezing through it though, which you really shouldn't do.
Yeah.
Left.
Left? Rider behind.
I wish that house right there was actually furnished.
Yeah.
I'd definitely live there if it was actually furnished. I still live out of the hotel there in Strawberry.
It's been a while. Is it on the right, maybe?
But you can check your map. Don't be afraid to stop and check your map if you need.
Yeah, I've been in my green since January, and I still use my map. I ain't ashamed.
Yeah, it was like there.
I ain't ashamed to use my map. I'd rather get there.
Exactly. No, there's absolutely no shame in using a map. I mean, that's what they're there for, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And, you know, that knowledge of the land will definitely come with time with everybody. But, you know, it's good to keep choosing different routes to get to and from a place. And, you know, in those times, you're going to have to use a map if you haven't been there before. So...
Yeah, knowing all the different paths also helps in case of emergencies.
Exactly.
I've sort of gotten familiar with the Big Valley area, especially to and from the Little Creek River to Strawberry. 'Cause
yeah.
This is, like I said, I used to hunt all the time here. It's how I made a living before I joined the Rangers.
Yeah, there usually are wolves around this area, the lumberjack.
Yeah, that's right.
Usually at night. So.
Rider ahead.
Rider. Slightly left.
Yep.
Heard.
Slightly left. Very, very good job on that patrol. Both of you.
Went really good.
I think it's a really nice route.
Slowing down for town.
Slowing up for town. Right, I'm gonna check the tip line if you want to maybe write up the paperwork for that.
Yeah.
Just let them know we're back.
Freaking cramp on my back, man. Oh! Rager. $5.57. Who does she have in her arms?
All right, we got somebody in the strawberry, somewhere
Right
in
there.
30 meters of
She
water.
has him.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing, bro. Well, just my ego and my head's hurt. They got the jump on me.
Was it somebody from the town that did this to you?
Oh, I don't want to say I don't get them in trouble.
Oh, don't worry about that. It's important to say what happened, you know, so they don't do it again.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna have to be a little tally I keep between me and them, okay? That's all right.
Well, was it a friend of yours or somebody who you just dislike, or why did they try and hurt you?
They had a mouth on them, and I didn't like the way they were speaking to me.
Oh. So it was kind of a fist fight?
Well, yeah, you know how when a man's ego get bruised and his pride get hurt. But now, I reckon my pride's hurt even more. I'm covered in mud, and, well, I don't remember the last 5 minutes. I'll be all right. I just get back on my feet, drink a beer or two.
Well, let's see if we can check you for signs of a concussion. Do you remember what you ate for dinner?
Really? I hate this freaking.
You might not have any signs of concussion, which is good, but just take it easy, all right?
Sure will. You think it's safe to get up now?
Yep, let me give you a hand up.
Yep.
Here we go. Easy does it. There we go.
There we go.
Oh, yeah. I thank both of you.
Of course. Was Allegra here who found you?
Yes.
Very good job.
Oh, yeah. She the one that gave me the higger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm still puzzled over what that actually is, but yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Well,
You're
I
welcome.
hope you're feeling better soon. Have you got a telegram number by any chance that I can maybe pass on to the medics in case you do need any kind of a checkup?
Well, sure. Sure, you ready to jot it down or you got a memory on you?
Yeah, I'll remember it.
All right, well, it's jalapeno pepper, 9er. With jalapeno pepper, you know.
989.
That's it.
All right. Well, just if you feel any kind of pain in your head, anything at all, just contact the medics. I'll let them know that you're safe, but I don't see any signs of concussion. But that maybe they can check in with you, make sure that you're all right, and just be careful. Maybe don't sleep for a few hours. Just take it easy, and maybe don't ride your horse very quickly for the next while, just in case.
All right, I'll be a ginger little gentleman for the next little bit.
That's perfect. Do you need any food or water?
No, I'm all stucked up.
All right.
I'm good. Thank you kindly. All three of you.
Of course.
Need any money for anything?
Oh, no, I ain't no hobo.
All right. Wasn't insinuating you were. Just being kind.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right. Stay safe.
Watch out.
Just quickly gonna telegram. I'm just quickly gonna telegram Law. Just said they were fighting him and another. Just so that they can kind of reach in on that if they need to. I'll be right back.
You need medical attention. Please come to roads if not stable or a critical patient. I will gladly travel to an office that's best for the patient. Okay.
How'd it go?
When finally only came across a cougar, but somebody had already told it.
Uh-huh.
So. You look like Law when you ride through.
I always look like Law no matter what I'm wearing. because people are racist and they think white hat means I'm law.
I don't think that has
Can you
anything to do with.
can you how many lawmen do you think wear a white hat?
I don't know. There
There's
seems
like
to be a lack of uniform of law.
there's like 4 of them.
Well, there you go. I don't know how many law there is, but
Like 1,000 of them.
1,000.
Got a whole goddamn army.
That's true. I don't even try to keep up with who's law or who's who of law.
This says you're responding to that South Central Big Valley call. Did you find him?
South Central Big Valley.
Yeah.
Somebody's cleared the tip off.
No.
Oh.
There was one in Strawberry.
I mean, yes, Strawberry of South Central Big Valley.
Yeah, we got that fella.
Okay. It
We
just ain't
found him
been,
when
ain't been finished yet.
Yeah, we just found him.
Okay.
We found him when we came back into town. And Cat, there were some things that Cat needed to notify the law about with him. Apparently he had gotten into a fist fight with somebody, so Cat was letting the law know, so she probably just hadn't finished the paperwork yet.
Uh-huh.
Let me see if I can find Allegra. I can finish it. Allegra's the one that found him.
I updated the thing about mentioning the post. Yeah.
Hey, Allegra, where did you find that fella?
I was just here.
Just okay, just the street Strawberry. Alright. Just so we can finish the paperwork.
Alright.
Off the roof.
Okay. Just need to know for the paperwork. Kat, do you want me to finish it or you want to?
Yes, you can if you're comfortable. I don't mind doing it either.
Yeah, Quincy brought it up because you had started it, but then we just hadn't got a chance to finish it yet.
Yep.
I'll go back and do it. Did you want to go on
Perfect.
patrol still somewhere?
Yeah, I think it could be nice to actually do something, just something nice to kind of bond with everybody. I think could be nice. So I might see if we could maybe do a bit of hunting together or something.
The other group is back, so.
That's perfect. Yeah, I think it could be nice to do a bit of hunting with Allegra, and just have her get to know us a bit more.
Yeah.
Months-long blood feud. CD, who has aspirations of being the greatest outlaw in the crossing, surprisingly declined the challenge, which comes as quite the shock to folks who had come to view him as a symbol of Weston's strength and bravado. Will these men ever conclude the affair? Only time will tell. Oh my god.
Yeah, I ain't surprised he declined that.
Charles declined. Oh my god, he's a coward.
He's a coward. Why wouldn't he decline?
Update your next of kin.
Sounds like riders coming in.
It's like a lot of riders coming in.
Mm-hmm.
That is
That's not
deputies.
Grady. Yeah.
Oh, good.
You don't need binoculars to see O'Grady.
Oh, I didn't even see a great. I saw a bell.
Gotta use your Mark 1 eyeballs. People rely too much on them binoculars.
You know I don't have good
I gotta go
eyes.
read that article out to the deputies.
I mean, if O'Grady weren't there, I wouldn't recognize shit. It's too dark.
You know
Blue
John Bell's a
jacket.
cadet now?
I had heard that. Someone told me that.
Oh, Wallace is also a cadet.
I also ran. Yeah, we ran into Wallace this morning too.
Yep, met her the other day.
I am shocked.
That tip is officially updated.
Perfect. Thank you.
crap. Okay, thank God. That Saint bullshit with Victor Street's finally coming to an end, hopefully.
What day is the gun auction again?
The 11th.
The 11th. All right. I'm going to send a telegram and get ignored for the 100th time in a row.
You go, Quincy, you go.
Is he trying to get a weapon out of it?
Probably. I hear they sell outlaw guns there.
Yep, there's quite a lot of them.
Any famous ones being auctioned off?
Many famous ones.
Cat, I'll probably do this patrol with you and then might lay my head down for the night.
Mm-hmm. That sounds perfect.
You said you're doing the snow patrols?
Yes, I am. But I'm always looking for more rangers who are interested in coming along with as well.
Oh, I don't mind to come along. Just tell me when and where.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Yep, it's all written up, and if you look through the paperwork and you look for Snow Patrol, you'll find it all of the days. If any of those don't work, don't worry. There will probably be later dates as well that are later in the evenings. But I know you're usually a bit earlier like me.
yeah. I did have a suggestion that I mentioned to Buzz. That doesn't have to be done right now, but I thought it might be a good idea to throw in, add it to the snow patrols, maybe a mini tour of the frontier. Since it's so treacherous and people get hurt there often, it might be good for people to know how to get through.
I think that could be maybe good as a separate thing, just because, we've got some recruits who maybe haven't really gotten a chance to do very many patrols, or maybe they're not as used to, shooting their gun, and so they have to kind of maybe do a bit of prep work on that.
Is there a lot of wildlife, or is there a lot of dangerous animals up in the frontier?
On the way up, you have to pass through the glacier, and there is wolves that are pretty much in the whiteout or in the fog around the glacier. And that's one that I've almost been caught before because there's absolutely no rocks to jump up on.
Yeah.
So you have to be quick with a gun. And also there's a lot of criminals up in the frontier at the moment.
Right. I tell you what, just spend an hour in Coulter, you'll take care of like 3 packs of wolves.
Yep. But no, I think it's a good idea. I think that it could maybe even be some kind of its own thing. And it could be a really nice thing to actually go up, take an hour or two, do a big long patrol up there, and actually, take people up there. Maybe after recruits have done at least one snow patrol, that we could head up that way. That way we could actually get some of the recruits to lead the way through the whiteouts that they've already learned. And once we get up into, the actual frontier, then the rangers who know it can take over and, have some bonding as we go along and look at the different buildings and the different sites that they have up there.
Yeah. The only reason I bring it up is I've yet to be up at the frontier. And the only thing I don't want is a tip coming in from there, and I'm like the only one around.
It's
probably going to end up with me getting injured as well, because I don't know about late round.
Yeah. Well, if you don't feel confident going up there, it's better not to, until maybe you get a chance to go up with somebody else. I'd be happy to take you up sometime.
I just heard it's real treacherous and easy to get hurt up there.
It is. It's very dangerous, and The main thing that I would say is go slow. If you get to any kind of bridges, even, wooden bridges or anything like that, it's strange. Your horse will actually get so scared that it doesn't want to go across the bridge. So what you have to do is just kind of give your horse a little tap and just sort of, almost as if you're getting them to jump over it. It seems counterintuitive, but if you get your horse to kind of jump over the bridge a bit, it will kind of ease up a little and move across.
Mhm.
And mhm.
How big is this frontier actually?
Oh, it's big. If you want to take a look at your map, right? So this is only so far as I've gone. All right. Do you see around the glacier, Spider Gorge, and the way that there's sort of markings of cliffs around outside the borders? It
Yes.
goes outside of that. It goes further out into where there's just nothing mapped. It still goes on. So I don't even know how far out. Yep, it's big. And I've seen buildings out there. I've seen a lot of really interesting things. But the thing is, if you go out there and you're going towards, if you start seeing grassy areas, it's better to turn back towards the snow, because once you start going out to so far and you get to the grassy areas, you start running into issues like your horse doesn't want to move. Also, if you go out very far, sometimes your horse will just refuse to walk. And will
they
want to
might
try
get
to.
confused.
Yep, and if you get off your horse at any time, it can just sort of decide that it's just going to stay there, which is dangerous. So, there are a few wild horses up there, and I did have to take a wild horse when my horse was being stubborn. But yeah, there's some areas that there are. I saw pronghorn up there. So there are actual wildlife that does live up there, but it's not a lot. It doesn't. I think the further out you go, there isn't really much. And apparently,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
oh, apparently around Tempest Rim, there's a very dangerous family of criminals who have been robbing banks and robbing people as well. And there's also a few individuals that like to take people, anybody that they see up in the snow, and they pretty much take everything you have. They don't leave you with any weapons, and they will take your horse and everything, and they make you walk on foot and survive, and they'll be watching you from a distance. So that's
I've heard
a
of
very.
that.
Yep.
Is that,
So
like they make you make trials or stuff?
Yeah.
Do they really not have anything better to do?
I guess not.
Man, must be lonely up in the snow.
Yeah. But no, it's definitely something to just be wary of.
I'm gonna get rid of this.
So, perfect. So let's see.
Freaking do it. Freaking thing try to bite me.
I'm good on ammo, bandages, and whatnot, so I'm ready to ride whenever y'all are.
What the nonsense. Stupid raccoon.
Yep.
I was running back and I saw a thing out of the corner of my eye chasing me. I just turned around and kicked it.
Yeah, I ran right past him.
Don't say, oh, I was trying to bite me. Stupid ankle biter.
The raccoons.
Yeah, well, shouldn't have tried to bite him.
It was hunting me down. It was chasing me.
Had a fire in his eye.
Hunting you?
It was.
Come on.
You didn't. You haven't seen what I've seen.
Stalking him like he was prey.
It was making all kinds.
That's scary.
It was making all kinds of noises and everything. It was chasing me, so I turned around and kicked it.
It's just like little dogs. They try to bark at you and try to scare you away.
That thing wasn't a raccoon. Was trying to scare me.
Well, I will say most little dogs ain't littered with diseases, so.
That is true. I ain't trying to get no rabies.
You ever seen the needles they
dare
pull
you
out
to give
for
the
rabies?
raccoon to the female ranger. No, I already sold it.
There's needles, more like spiky tubes.
Yep, and there's usually multiple of them.
All right. So, Haystacks, Allegra, and Ellis, if you want to come along, we'll head out towards Big Valley. Jeb, if you'd like to come along as well, you can. It's up to you. All right, I'll add you onto the Big Valley.
Except Quincy. Quincy's not allowed.
Yeah.
Well, Quincy can come along as well.
No, I'm going off.
I assumed with taking your poncho off.
Yeah, you be safe. If y'all need anything, though, I'll be around. Shoot me a telegram. I just got to go catch up on some things.
I need $1 million. You got any?
Sure.
I'll take some of that too.
I'll tell you where to go. You're going to need some tools when you get there, though.
Tools?
Uh-huh.
What kind of tools?
I'll get you the list.
Sounds like a ranger trail all over again. Though I
In a
only
way.
have a bow this time.
In a way, it is. All right, y'all be safe.
All right now.
Haystacks, was it?
Yep.
Howdy, my name is Ellis Wade. People just call me Wade, though.
Nice to meet you, Wade.
So this is actually going to be a pretty good way to do some bigger formation riding.
I got rear.
Daggone you, Jeb. Actually, no, Jeb, we both got rear. She's probably going to do 1, 2, 2.
Oh, yeah.
The formation. And if you let us know what formation size we're going to be in.
You can go 1 to 2, but where are we going?
1, 2, 2. So we'll be heading out to Big Valley and we'll go through Montos. So pretty much the way that we went before. So...
Oh, someone's using the fire ass setup.
So, Jeb or Ellis, whoever would like to be in the middle.
Daggone it.
Alright, I'll take the back. So, do you prefer to be called Calhoun or Haystacks?
Whichever you prefer. Both are fine with me.
I like Haystacks. It's a nickname I like.
All right, Haystacks works.
So, this formation is called 1, 2, 2. It's also the ballerina formation because it's got the word tutu in it. So we will use this one, obviously, depending on how many people we have.
Right.
You could also break this up into a 1, 2, 1, 1. So that's how we will do formations. Before you set off, you'll let people know what formation you'd like them to be in. And you're gonna see that Allegra will call out the direction that she's going.
Staying left.
Staying left.
Staying left, so that's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna pass the information back the line. And the person at the end will say heard. And it works both ways, so if I see anything coming up behind us, I'm gonna pass the message up and you just pass it along.
Understood.
Alright.
Oh. Going left.
Left heard.
It's also a good habit to constantly be checking behind you and make sure the people behind you are still with you.
Right.
Yeah,
Understood.
I don't know, every 15,
I'm
20
like,
seconds or so.
just in case.
Guns out, just in case.
Guns out.
Guns out and heard.
Heard that.
So what we're gonna do today is, I'd like us to just do a more relaxed activity.
Going left.
Going left.
Left heard. So we're gonna do a small bit of hunting. Now we might have to break up into slightly smaller groups, but we're just gonna keep an eye on where we are. I don't want us to leave the valley until we're all together.
Understood.
Can I go in the tree lines to hunt bears?
Well, I think if we, for now, we can take a look and see if there's any pronghorn, anything like that. And, we'll just take it easy and do some hunting, and then we can sit down and, you know, spend a bit of time up by the butchers as well, get to know each other a bit more.
All right.
I call the moose.
You can find one.
I've gotten the legendary coyote out here.
Oh my goodness.
Do I have my lasso with me? I'll show you how to do cowboy. No, I don't have my lasso. I was gonna say I'll show you how to do cowboy hunting.
Wagon front.
Wagon, heard.
Y'all don't know about that cowboy hunting.
So, Calhoun, see this bend in the
there's
road
a deer.
here? Alright,
bend here?
stilling up and stopping. This
Stopping.
bend here is actually a hot spot for wolves. So you'll find that this is a place to check on search and rescues, especially at night.
Understood. Yeah, I frequently hunt this area
Oh, I see.
quite a bit. We actually found a guy last night, was attacked by a bear and was laying in the river over there. We got him back.
Where the frick did it go? I know where you're at. Really?
Understood.
I did
Alright.
too. I can't see my deer. I was trying to see if anybody can see it. That's what I did
All
too.
right, we'll head that way.
Yeah.
We're gonna split up a little bit just to, so that we don't scare off too much of the animals in a big group.
Okay. Just through here. I'm not sure exactly where it fell. Just like in a straight line this way. I can't see it. Whoever can see it can take it.
All right.
Should be a clean shot too.
Now I think maybe some wild animals might have taken it.
Yeah. Daggone it.
Yeah, that can start to happen when, we've got a lot of us. So, what we'll do is, whoever would like to come with me, we can head, and then if we have one ranger crew with either ranger, so whoever would like to be with me, we can head up towards the butcher side, and then the other group can head back behind us that direction. I can already see there are some animals back that way.
There's an elk right behind
So there's
us.
some right behind us. Yep. There's also 2 deer and 4 bull elk.
Yeah.
So that's the best hunting side, definitely.
Call it.
Heard
All
that.
right. All right, then.
No, it's like me and you,
head
Mr.
this way.
Wade.
Guess so.
Yep.
All right.
You can get whatever's. You can get the next one. My daggone deer got swallowed up by some animal.
Okay,
You got a bolt action? Okay, yes.
I do. Yep.
I really wish I had my lasso now.
Why is that?
You ever seen cowboy hunting?
You lasso him and then get him with your knife?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that before.
It's a blast. Where do these go? Oh, they're right there. I thought those were horses.
There's that elk in front of us. I don't see the deer though.
You want to get the elk?
I'm
It's
gonna say that
kinda-
one is kind of confused.
Yeah.
I don't know if the meat on that one would be good. Oh, there he goes.
Well, ain't confused anymore.
I'm shocked that he let us get that close.
You might be able to. It's slowing down now. Do you want to take it or me?
Yeah, I'll take it.
You want me to push it back to you?
Nah, we'll be all right. I'm gonna swing around to the right here.
All right. Heard another one. Nice.
You want to head up into that tree line and go for a bear? I'm with you on that.
You don't gotta tell me twice. I like hunting predators. It's more fun.
Yeah, that's what I do in my free time. I'm always out here in Big Valley looking for these bears. Most of the time, I'll come out this way and just sit here. Let a bear try and find me.
That's an interesting game.
So, how long you been a ranger?
Since As a recruiter, am I green? Like since I was a recruiter, or since I got my green?
I mean, I guess since you got your green.
January.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
I think I got my green a week after New Year's.
How long were you a recruit?
About a month or so, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe 3 weeks, maybe.
Okay.
Today's your first day, isn't it?
It is, yep. But I started in the recruit program a few months back, and I had some things that had to take me out of town for a while, so I wasn't able to finish it, and they were so kind enough to bring me back.
Okay. Let's start heading back the other way, see if we can catch any. I don't want to stray too far.
Okay.
I get I have like a one-track mind sometimes, and I just keep going in one direction and don't realize how far I'm going out.
Yeah, I frequently see him up here on this hill here.
Oh, right there, right in front of us.
Yep.
Is there a rock?
Oh, you need a rock for it. Just go ahead and hit him in his ear.
You got my
we got
back,
two
right?
I got you.
Ah. Freaking A, you joking. You prick. Daggone you. Oh gosh, ear itches.
Man, you left the poor little recruit out here with a bear.
Sorry, he's got some severe head pain. Did it
Yeah,
die? Or you got it? Okay.
Yeah, he's over there if you want to grab him.
Nowhere near as fun. Did you say there was a second one?
No, just him. All I can see right now.
Oh, okay. Very upset about that.
It's a good looking bear.
It's a big boy.
I love how their coat is changing. That one looks more black than brown.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
I had recently just started noticing those.
All right. Let's go back towards the butcher's table so we can sell these and do more hunting. Maybe I'll see
All right.
another one. If I see another one, I'm calling and I'll run it all the way back to the butcher's table.
Okay.
Or I'll jerk. No, I don't have a lasso. Darn it.
Yeah, that one's not a perfect one. He charged me, so it took me a few rounds to drop him.
Yeah, sorry about that. I wish I didn't get a headache.
It's all good. Did we hit up over top this little hill here and see?
Yeah. feel like I hear one groaning in the distance. I just lose my mind. I thought I heard one earlier too.
I mean, we can bring one out if you want.
You have bait or something?
I do. Yep.
Sure. Why not?
All right. Well, do we want to save it, or you want to run these back and then come out and bait one?
I don't care just to run it all the way down.
Okay. So you want to say run it down and then we'll bait one?
No, I mean I don't care to run take the bear, like bait this bear and then run that pelt all the way down.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if this is a good spot to bait one.
What is it?
So I don't know if it's a good spot to bait one. Doesn't look like there's anyone near to attract it. Well, dang. Well, let's give it a second though, because when I got that coyote, this is kind of what it did.
Did you already place it down?
Yeah, it's down in front of me.
We should back up to a rock or something and see if one comes around.
Yeah, I don't think anything is coming. All right, well, we tried.
Yeah, let's go through the tree line back towards the butcher table. Maybe
Okay.
we'll find one.
Oh, right in front of you.
I think that's the one we called. Got it. That going took 2 shots. Alright, you're in charge of making sure I don't get mauled running this thing back. I trust your aim.
Yeah, we should be all right.
Alright, you follow me. Alright. Oh, there they are. I think. No way, who's that? Is that them?
Looks like it.
Good job. Good job. 2 bear pelts.
Oh, wow.
Coming through.
Must be out of breath.
You bought a tough son of a bitch running this long with that big ass pelt on you.
I used to be in the army. I used to run long distances all the time.
Oh, okay. Okay. What'd you do in the army?
I was just your everyday soldier. On the front lines mostly. Wait a second. Oh, it's this way, ain't it?
Yep. I was wondering where you're going, but hey.
Yeah, we're Seeing a crowd.
Yep, I get it. Getting a little cardio in.
Yeah. Don't hurt. It's the best way to work out here.
Yeah, I hear that.
I'll pay you for one of them.
Oh, I'm not worried about it.
Is that a Hungarian you're riding?
It is.
Oh, you have plenty of money.
I got this thing running oranges.
Oh, that sounds disgusting.
It was. I don't think I ever want to touch an orange ever again in my life.
That's all right. I got this horse here doing milk deliveries.
Yeah, so you understand.
Yeah. That's why I said it sounds gross. Okay, I'll walk for a second.
Yeah, if you want to swap it out for this elk one, you can put it on the back of my horse and we can ride it in.
I don't know. I want to make it there. Where are they at?
I don't know. I
They
thought
didn't follow.
I thought you could throw it on one of their horses, but keep an eye out for those wolves.
Oh yeah, I really hope there's no wolves that come.
From my time out here, there's a pack that comes up to our west here, and then there's a pack that hangs out kind of like our northeast.
Yeah. Stay in the middle, away from the tree lines.
Yep.
That's not going to stop them, but it increases our chances a little bit. Grizz, back up. Get off of my shoulder. Don't need you breathing down my neck.
Oh, that thing looks sick.
Oh, God. Staying away from that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, daggone. I thought maybe it was so sickly it might just fall over, but apparently not. Daggone $15. All right. I don't want the meat from it, do you?
No, I'm okay.
I could just no, whatever.
Howdy. Alright, let's hitch up here for a moment. And everybody can hitch up, and we can just take a moment and sit by the fire.
Well, that's one way to sit by the fire.
I'll be here.
I was just asking Allegra and Jeb if they had a favorite part of the crossing. What about you two?
Favorite location?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna say right here where we are. I love Big Valley.
Oh.
Yeah, this spot
Second.
This spot used to be my favorite, and then I went up to Calumet Ravine.
Yeah, I'd say Coulter would be number 2.
Yeah, Coulter is actually beautiful.
Have y'all been up to Calumet Ravine, where Rapidi is?
Oh yes, that's a beautiful place.
Yeah, it looks really nice up there.
Pure blue waters.
You ever gone fishing up there?
No, I despise fishing. I do not have the patience for it.
I have to learn how to fish. I've got absolutely no idea. I've never fished before, so one of my friends is going to teach me today.
But today?
Mm-hmm. Yep, once I clock off, we're going to try and do some fishing if he's still around.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I'm hoping I don't humiliate myself too much, but hopefully I can catch at least one thing.
Yeah, it's not too complicated as long as you got the correct lure. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes
What I have found is you kind of guide your fishing pole to move a certain way, and that's been beneficial to catch them.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
And then just kind of with or against the current, kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
I haven't tested this theory, but I think if you have the incorrect lure, the current will push it more.
Ah, I actually never thought of that. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
I haven't tested it. That's just kind of a random theory that I kind of noticed the last time I was out fishing.
Huh. Well, one of the things actually about the Rangers is once you become in the green, a lot of the Rangers will actually do personal projects.
Uh-huh.
So, for example, I am working on a project about herbs. So I've collected what I believe to be every herb in the crossing. And then I've Yeah, except I think, well, the thing is, I've talked with a few people, and one of them reached out to the state, on herbs and things, and they were talking about it, and they said they're not sure that there actually is that one. So I'm not sure. We're really trying to figure it out. I hope it's there. I'm gonna keep looking as if it is there. So we'll see.
Oh, that'd be nice.
But
And then
yeah.
Rangers just get to pick whatever project it is. You just gotta have something you're working on.
Yep, as long as you care about it.
You don't
So
have
pretty
to,
much.
You don't have to do a project.
Okay.
That's right. Yep, you don't have to. It's just more of a personal thing, and it's a good way to put your stamp on, the Rangers, I suppose, because a lot of the personal projects, people might end up writing books or doing investigations into things, and then that's sort of part of the Ranger history. Books will go in the Ranger library, and it's there forever. So it's amazing.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to ask, is that information available to the public, or is it just something amongst the Rangers?
Some of it is available to the public. Some of it is a bit more, like some of the ones that I've done might include locations and combinations of poisonous plants that obviously would only be available to the medics and to the Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 1 second, guys.
That's good. Now, do the Rangers get posted to certain areas, or is it just kind of we show up at headquarters and then do a patrol out to different places? Uh-huh. Okay, that makes sense. I understand. Yeah, I think that's what the big appealing thing for the Rangers for me was is I normally frequent these areas for hunting purposes, and I enjoy helping people. So yeah, I'd rather deal with animals than go be a lawman and deal with crazy people at the crossing. Well, I guess if it comes down to it, I got all the reasoning it needs on my back. I'm originally from Le Gras, right outside Saint Denis. Spent some time out west. Did a lot of hunting out that way. So kind of been all over the place. That's very nice. Switzerland. What made you want to come to the Rangers?
Well, I was tending to cuddle back in Switzerland, and since I wanted to travel and visit different places, but also I loved nature, and I want to help people in general, and the ranger is pretty interesting, folks.
That makes sense.
Actually, sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, I know Mr. Wade, we got Allegra, and I don't know if we introduced their name, Kat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, I'm Kat Carver. I'm one of the seniors.
Okay. And then fine gentleman across the fire. I don't know if I call your name either.
Ranger Longwater. You can just call me Jeb.
Jeb. Nice to meet you, Jeb.
It's nice doing stuff like this, especially when it's quiet and there's not so many tips. It's nice to just take a break for a while. And
it has been kind of quiet
yeah.
recently.
It has. It really has.
Yes, that's a good thing, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. But it's good to do things like this, do some hunting and restock and help people in other ways that isn't just picking them up, and getting them to their feet.
And you guys have a box like that at every town, or just there at the headquarters?
For now, we have one at the headquarters, but we could definitely set up. I know that the medics are working on a food box in a few different towns, so I've been donating food to those boxes. There's one in Blackwater by the, I think it's run by the medics. It's in the general store. But it could be good actually to drop a few boxes off into other towns, and people can kind of upkeep it as they do patrols.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd definitely be helpful.
Definitely. Yeah, we're going to be actually working on something in the next while that, we're hoping to work with the medics, the transit authority, the deputies, and the rangers. Everybody work together, and we might be getting some boats and collecting some water up at the top of the glacier, bring it down in wagons, bring the wagons out to a lake where we can transport them onto boats, and then maybe deliver them to towns by water, which would be really interesting.
Glacier water.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
It's
a whole adventure.
The purest water you can find at the crossing.
Yeah, very true.
Okay, so when it comes to the training part, is there a list that I should kind of pay attention to? If there's nobody on to train, could I go to a doctor and say, hey, I'm in the Ranger program. Can I get some additional training?
Yeah. So there is a list. So one of the things we like to see before you become a ranger is stabilization training. We will put on classes for you with the medics. So the medics will contact us and let us know when they're available to do those trainings. And you just sign up for that. We'll let you know by telegram.
Okay.
Another one is a snow patrol. I'll send you the information for that. We'll actually be doing some this week. So you can sign up for any of those, and if those times or days don't work for you, don't worry, because there'll be some next week and the following weeks after as well, so you won't miss out.
Right.
Also, if there's no rangers on duty, you can actually go up to any law office, or you can telegram law, and you can ask if they would take you on a patrol or if there are any active search and rescues. if they're headed out on those, they can take you with them.
Okay, and that counts as additional training as well.
It does.
That's
So
great.
the thing is, when you do, go on a search and rescue or a patrol with the law, just ask them when you're leaving. Just remind them and say, please, would you mind telegramming Ranger and give some feedback on me if that's all right.
Okay.
And that will be very helpful. We'll be able to add it to your file then, so
Great.
it all counts towards it.
You can also do patrols by yourself as well if you want to come up with patrols.
As a cadet, you can do that.
Yeah.
Yep, as a recruit. So what you would do for that is you pick the area that you want to do a patrol in. So let's say you want to do Big Valley. You would send a telegram to Ranger, let us know that you're headed out to Big Valley, and you would write the route that you're taking. So you could say from Strawberry to Monto's Rest, Wallace, Big Valley, Maine, Pronghorn Ranch, Owangela, back to Strawberry, something like that.
Okay.
And then you can, once you get back, you can just say check in at whatever location, and you can let us know what you found. If you saw anything interesting, let us know if you did any wellness checks in any buildings, stuff like that. We can show you how to do a wellness check right now, actually, if you're interested.
Absolutely.
All right. And then we'll head back towards Strawberry.
Yeah, I can show them. I can be the example.
All right. Sounds good. Let's head towards Pronghorn Ranch.
Easy, Grizz, easy. Jeez. Oh, my lord.
All right, let's head up towards this building here at Pronghorn. You can do the example, then we'll get Allegra to do one, and then we can have Haystacks do one.
The wellness checks, this is one where you just go in there and you announce yourself, right?
Yep. So why we do wellness checks is we'll do them on patrols, and sometimes we do them on search and rescues just to see if anybody is hurt inside.
Okay.
Essentially, we're looking for anything out of place, anything strange. If we do find anything, we will add that in a telegram to law.
I'll do this house right here. You can get into that house, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, if you want to show. Perfect.
Saints Crossing Ranger Corps doing a wellness check at this house. Or anybody inside injured and hurt that I need to be aware of? Saints Crossing Ranger Corps doing a wellness check at this house. Is there anybody inside injured or hurt that I need to be aware of? This is Ranger Wade coming into the house to sweep. I am unarmed.
You said you were unarmed?
Unarmed.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you didn't have a weapon in your hand?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, for instance, if I decided that I'm not comfortable in the area, I would not be pointing my gun, but I would have it out to my side. And then I would say, this is Ranger Wade coming in to check out the house. I am armed for my own safety. Please do not be alarmed. And then I would enter.
Okay. Seems simple enough.
Yeah, I would not suggest walking in pointing your gun. That is a good way to get shot.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. Now, does that verbiage have to be the same, or can you just say Saints Crossing?
Oh, no, you
know,
don't have to say that word for word. The
Okay.
biggest thing is, the biggest
announcing
thing is
yourself.
There's three, I usually say to recruits, there's 3 steps. First, you announce why you're there. Or no, first you announce who you are, and then why you're there, and then if you're armed. If you're going to come in armed or unarmed.
Okay. And then do you normally enter on you give them 2 notifications and then you enter on the 3rd?
That's typically how I do it. That's how I was shown.
Okay.
Yep, 2 or 3.
Yeah.
It's just giving that pause in between, giving them time to respond. I've had it that sometimes people are inside, and so it's good to give them that little space of time between. So again, it's just, Saints Crossing Ranger Corps, This is a wellness check. Is there anyone inside? Again, the wording can change as long as you are saying you are with the Saints Crossing Ranger Corps and you are performing a wellness check.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to try it out, you can have a go at it.
All right. All right, Saints Crossing Ranger Corps doing a wellness check. Is anybody inside injured or hurt? Saints Crossing Ranger Corps. Is anybody inside injured or hurt? All right, this is Ranger Cadet Calhoun. I'm coming in just to do a sweep. I'm unarmed.
Yep, that's perfect.
Awesome.
Another thing to add is it's not a critique at all. It's just another bit of information. If you're entering a house that has multiple injuries, you probably want to go in through the front door. I would not try to go through a side door.
Mm-hmm.
You said it has multiple entries?
Yeah, so like if
okay,
you're,
that's I thought you said injuries. Okay.
You know, entries. So if you have a house that has a front and back door, I would try to enter the front door if you can figure out which one that is.
Yeah, absolutely. Makes sense.
The biggest thing is you don't want to startle whoever's in there if someone's inside.
Right. Okay, understood.
Yeah.
All right. Allegra, would you like to lead us back to Strawberry, going past Oangela, please?
Freaking dog.
I'll take the back.
Do you want... Okay, yeah. Let's go inside
Yep,
and
I'll
have
take
him
the
in
back.
there.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
I can go ahead and explain a staggered formation.
Yes, please.
Hush! 1 second. Give me a second here.
Yep, holding.
You need to shut up.
Let's just clear the road a bit.
Move.
Mm-hmm.
Move. Get out the way.
Right
Go.
from
Go
behind.
down.
Right from the rear.
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
So,
Good to go.
yeah. So a staggered formation, the only reason I want to explain this is because anytime I bring it up, recruits don't know what I'm talking about. So it's kind of like this, right? But instead of... Here, I'll show you. I'll move up a little bit. This is a staggered right here. Instead of being right next to each other, it's kind of like in a zigzag formation. Is that a black bear?
Yeah,
Sound like a black bear. Yeah,
Black
good.
bear.
Okay, heard that.
Yeah, so that would be what a staggered is. Sometimes rangers use it. Most of the time, they'll probably just use single file if it's
Wagon.
all right, wagon.
Wagon
herd.
from the
Wagon
front.
herd.
Most rangers will do single file if it's going to be close quarters.
Yep.
Picking up.
So
Picking it up.
this is one area where, picking it up, heard. This area there are sometimes wolves, and also there's a cougar who likes to live actually just along here.
Yeah, that one of those cougars attacked me just the other day.
Oh, I see. I'm glad to see that you're all right.
Yeah, safely. I was next to a rock when I got bucked off, so
Oh, good.
I was able to get up and away from it.
You know, if we ever did a survival guide for like the regular citizen, I think we could sum it up in one page by saying rocks are your friend. That's it.
Well, you know, I'm actually working on, well, I don't know if I told you, but we're actually going to be making a moving picture for the
Yeah,
Rangers.
you did tell me that actually. Speaking of, by the way, this has nothing to do with moving picture, but Crispin, I'm not sure if Buzz told you, but a fella named Crispin came by asking for like payment for an article, and I think,
Oh, perfect. I have the
think-
money for him.
well, I think Buzz paid him because you weren't around, but he said
Oh, I see.
he told Crispin to run the article by you because he didn't But I didn't know what all you wanted in it. I'm not
That's
sure
perfect.
if Crispin done that or not.
Probably not yet, but that's fine. I'll make sure to give Buzz the money for that then.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
Right, Herd?
Heard.
Ooh.
Could just be like Ray and be like, yeah.
Well, I'm actually, hopefully gonna get a few of the recruits involved. I think it will be nice to get, you know, some little interviews with some of the recruits, see how they're enjoying the program. Maybe see if the director could get a shot of a few of the rangers, a few of the recruits, and, you know, a few of us in formation and things like that. Right, Herd?
It'd be nice if there was like a shot of us riding in a formation, like across the plains or something.
Yeah, I think what I would love to have is actually to have a set of rangers and recruits.
Rider and wagon.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Oh, rider and wagon, Herd.
Wagon front.
Another wagon.
Another wagon, Herd.
Uh-oh.
Weapons away for town.
Oh, sorry. I was distracted by the many wagons.
Oh, you're all right. But yeah, I think. Oh my gosh, my horse. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm thinking it will be really nice to have maybe a director kind of have a formation of maybe 4 or 5 rangers and recruits, and have them riding through different terrains, but each shot it actually changes to a different terrain. So you've got the desert switches to different rangers, you've got them going through the snow, you know, that kind of thing. I think that would be really, really nice.
I'm gonna hit that.
Very well done today on that.
Like, I want to call it a night. Lay my head down.
Perfect, that's no problem. Thank you for today, you did wonderful.
Oh, do you have a snow patrol this Friday?
I do, yes.
What time?
Let me check for you.
I might be able to come around briefly to help out with it.
How'd it go?
Very well.
I ran a bear pellet all through the entire Big Valley.
Oh.
Yeah, I got my workout in for about a year.
Jesus.
Yeah, those were some serious lungs.
No, you can ask him. I had to stop halfway. Had to walk
Oh
a
yeah.
bit.
Oh yeah. It looked heavy. I was like, oh, you could put it on the horse, but
yeah, what?
I was determined.
Why?
I already had a bear pellet on my horse.
Oh, I see.
All right, so the Snow Patrol days and times, if anybody needs to write them down, feel free. I'll go through them a second time if you do need. So we have Thursday, the 2nd of March, 5 p.m. EST. So that's tomorrow, 5 p.m. Friday, the 3rd of March, 6 p.m. EST. Wednesday, 8th of March, 7 p.m. EST. And Thursday is the 9th of March at 5 p.m. EST.
Put me down for Friday.
Friday, perfect.
Possibly, yeah.
so there was one. There's just these are snow patrols.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Tomorrow,
It's
perfect.
definitely something you're going to want to do. I'll say for Friday, put me down, but if I'm not here on time, just go ahead and go. Don't wait up on me or anything.
Perfect. That sounds wonderful.
It's been a while since I've rode through those wideouts anyways. Alright, I'm going to lay my head down. Before I do that, Quincy, I just want to let you know from the bottom of my heart, my mustache is better than yours.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Quincy,
that
you have
escalated
a
quick.
lovely mustache. Don't listen to that slander.
It's all right. I ain't sensitive.
All right, Jeb is just going to be gone for just a moment. I'm just going to quickly write up the paperwork, and then we can take a look at the tip line and see what's all going on.
Great.
Excuse me?
There was a tip, but Dan and Clementine already responded to it.
Yep, perfect.
Dan and whoever.
Howdy.
Alright, howdy.
Howdy.
I was just looking for a senior ranger. I'm not sure if it's either one of you.
Yep.
Not me.
I'm a senior ranger, so
That's
I
way too
can
much
help you.
responsibility. I'm going up to the hotel. Alright, Grizzy, get out of here. I'll put that on my back. Alright, I'm going to end the stream. Oh, howdy.
Are you a lawman?
I am not, I am a ranger.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, sorry.
So you're a ranger. You're good at hunting and stuff, right?
One could say so.
Okay, so I'm looking to try to get these legendary animals that I keep hearing about, but I can never catch them. You got any tips on that?
Go down. I think there was ask that fella right there in the white hat. He's another ranger. He might know better.
Okay,
he's
thank
more
you.
knowledgeable about the crossing.
All right, less knowledgeable ranger. Thank you.
Okay, well, all right. Kind of like the mustache that's growing on me. Oh, man. Okay. With that being said, yo, that is going to be it for today's stream. Until next time, I will see you all